All right, so welcome to our last Diamond Push Call. I'm super excited to chat with you guys tonight and kind of wrap it up on the last of our topics, which is following up. My name is Sarah Davis. I've been a coach for, wow, it was 6 years this month. So I'm going to be talking about following up. I'm going to share my screen. It didn't work. All right. And of course, it's not from the beginning. All right, can you guys see that? Okay, so follow-ups. I'm sure you guys have heard the quote, success is in the follow-up, and it is so true. It is also consistency. That is another, it's not necessarily the topic, but that's a huge thing. So I have had people join me after 5 years because of being consistent and consistently following up with them. It is so important. You can't invite somebody once and then expect them to join you. Like it just doesn't work that way. So the first part of what I want to talk about is tracking, because if you don't track who you're talking to, you can't follow up with them. Like that is such a ginormous part of our business. So I don't want you to waste a ton of time either in tracking every person you talk to, every conversation that you start, every person you wish happy birthday or anything like that. The only person that you need to track is who's interested. So when you send your invites, say you send 10 a day and 2 or 3 respond that they're interested, put their names down. So I use the Rise Up Planner by Moira Kusaba, and I track by month. So every month I am adding to a new list. No, thanks, Aim. I'm adding to a new list, and it's going by month. So then come the new month, I can go back and look at August. I can go back and look at July, June, etc. And I'm only tracking the people that are actually interested. You don't want to track people who aren't responding to you. That's just a waste of time. I don't want you to waste your time. Also, if you aren't familiar with collections on Instagram, that is an amazing way to track. Micah Folsom has a video on it on YouTube. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out for sure. But basically, you're organizing people into different groups, and you can go back and easily find them, see them, message them. So you can make a follow-up collection, like people that you're talking to on Instagram, people who are interested, throw them into a collection on Instagram, really quick and easy. And then when you're ready to invite for your challenge group or to coaching, you can go back to those follow-ups. Or you can go back to the people you talked to in July or April, whatever it may be. So I cannot make it important enough, but you've got to track. Like, it is so hard to go through your messages and figure out who responded. It'll save you so much time if you just jot them down. Okay, so I want to talk about mindset as well. And I put some statistics up here. And if you look at the jump between the 4th to the 5th contact, it is huge. It goes from 10% to 80%. So the majority of your sales are going to come between the 5th and 12th contact. So if you're only following up with somebody once or twice, chances are they are not going to be joining in with you. When you come back and you are checking in with them, you know, seeing how they are, seeing, um, you know, if they're ready this month, that's when they're going to finally jump in. It doesn't have to be pushy. Like, I totally want you to change your mindset around that. You're not bugging them. If you realize that you're checking in because you care about them and you have something that's going to help them and they're going to reach their goal, the goals that they shared with you, they are not going to think that you're being salesy or yucky or anything like that. Like, you're going to be that person that continues to believe in them until they're finally ready. So if you change your mind around that, it's going to change your follow-ups in a huge way. Okay, so feel free to screenshot this, and I can also send it to Tara. But so here's some examples of follow-ups. And it literally goes from like the first follow-up, which typically, like, you invite them, they say they're interested, maybe you start talking, and then they don't respond. So wait 24, 48 hours and then send them the first follow-up. And then a week goes by, send it again, or send the second one, and then another week. And they may be by the fourth, okay, that's a month. So wait another month. But you keep following up until they tell you, take me off your list. And usually if you say, like, would you rather me take you off their list? They'll either say yes or no, I'm just not ready. Keep following up with me. I love that you get back in contact with me. Like, people appreciate that because they're busy, right? Like, they're not thinking the way we think, right? They're not on social media the way we are. So it's definitely a huge help when you have that kind of that system to follow up with, and it's not icky and yucky. But they're just kind of like simple reminders, you know, it's not crazy. But the other thing about following up, like, it doesn't just have to be, hey, are you ready? Hey, are you ready? Hey, I made another group. Are you ready? Like, that's not what a follow-up only is. You know, you have to make connections and you really have to be authentic. And when you're showing up for yourself and when you're showing up on social media and you're being consistent with your own journey and with your social media and with your business, people are going to follow that, right? People are going to see that and they're going to get to know you. But you also have to, you know, go back to those people, love on them, show interest in them, be supportive on their stuff, comment on their pictures, you know, ask them questions. Maybe they're sick, you know, follow up in a week and say, hey, are you feeling better? Or maybe their kid's sick. Like, be just a real human, really genuine. And that's when people are going to come back to you because they're like, you know what, I'm ready. And I remember Tara, she, you know, she remembered to ask me if I was feeling better. Like, that's somebody that I want to work with because they genuinely give a crap about me. So really think about it that way as well. Think about how you want to be followed. Like, if somebody was trying to sell you some makeup, how would you want them to follow up with you? You know, think about it that way and do what you would want done to you. I feel like I'm rushing through this. Okay, so also, like I said before, like, people are not on social media the way we are. It is our job to be on social, right? So, and also, people are bombarded with information. They are getting stuff thrown at them constantly. You know, just because they don't respond doesn't mean they're not interested. It's just that they forgot, you know, maybe they picked up their phone to respond to you and their kid came and stole their phone or interrupted them and then they totally forgot. Not so many times that I've popped back in and just been like, hey, you know, did you get my message? Oh, I'm so sorry, I meant to respond to you. But such and such happened. Thank you for getting back to me. Like, it's just staying connected. It's like, that's such a huge key thing. You know, when we're busy, we're forgetful. Like, we're not thinking about stuff that's not directly on our radar either. So also, if you feel like you are bugging somebody, like maybe you really feel strongly about not just, popping back in and asking them if they want to join a group. When they tell you no, get their permission, ask if you can follow back up with them in X amount of days or in a couple months. Like, see when they think will be a good time for them. And that way, when you go to follow up with them, you're not going to feel icky because they told you they wanted you to follow up at that point. Really take that, say, like, this is a business, like, take that, oh, I'm bugging them out of it, right? If you were working at a desk job and your job was to call so and so back for their appointment, you wouldn't feel weird doing that, right? So you really have to think about it that way with this too. Like, they're telling you, okay, like the end of October is much better for me. Back to school is super busy right now. Like, can you give me a shout then? Sure, but you have to remember that, and that's again where the tracking comes in. So be yourself, like just be a real human, be genuine, and be consistent. Because when they see you showing up and they see you doing all of the things, then they are going to want to work with you. I can't see that now. Sorry, guys, I thought I saw a chat and then it disappeared. All right, well, I literally flew through that. So do you guys have questions or comments or any of your own tips or suggestions? Anything you want to add to this? So I use, Kristen asked, what notebook do you use for your tracking? So I use the Rise Up Planner by Moira Kusaba. It's awesome. She literally goes, it's broken up month by month. So you can see, like, you have like a challenger list and a business list for each month. So then each month you can literally just like flip back through and follow up with those people. Like, and then it's broken down by week, so you can track your weeks too. But as far as like people, it's really, really helpful. Yes, Meredith. I was actually listening to Moira talk about this because she explains how to use it. And I used to spend so much time writing literally every conversation that I started down. And it took so much time. But then when she said, just write the people that respond to you in your monthly place, and I was like, oh my God, it's genius. Why would I be tracking anything else? Like, I'm not going to go back to people who completely just ghosted me, right? Yeah, it gets overwhelming. So if you just go back to the people that you have conversations with, it's so much easier. Any other questions or thoughts? All right, guys. Well, thank you for hopping on. Bye, guys.